this review is going to be a non-technical aspect of the dirt bikes, more feeling, fundamentals, who the bike is for, what it has done for me. And I know I made quite a few beta cross trainer videos, and making this video just to provide some insight of maybe people in a similar situation as me. And this video is only going to focus on the beta cross trainers versus the KTMs, because that was actually my main bike. I have a KTM 300 XCW, a TE250i, along with the KTM 200. Now the KTM 300 and 250s, awesome, great bike. I love it. A lot more travel and suspensions. I honestly felt the suspension was a lot better, of course. Some would say a proper bike as well for a taller person, and in a sense, it does feel like that at times. As we all know, the key differences between the two is seat height, and the cross trainer being a bit more compact feeling. Now, don't get me wrong, the cross trainer still holds its own as feeling like a full-size dirt bike. When I first picked up the cross trainer, I looked at it like, wow, thought it was going to be a lot smaller. For some reason, I envisioned it as a Honda XR200, or maybe like a TTR 230 kind of size. I will say it's just a step up of the TTR 230. And of course, the KTM is a full-size dirt bike, just tall. A bit more about me so you could understand a little bit more about this video. I'm 6'1", weigh about 240 pounds with full gear on, including water. I do have a smaller inseam than most men, so on the KTM dirt bikes, I actually do tippy toe when I am sitting on it. So between the two dirt bikes, the cross trainer and just any general KTM 250 300 smoker, the cross trainer is way more confidence inspiring, hands down. Even me being 6'1", it is my preferred choice when uncertainty is present on the trails, especially rocky, uneven single track. Now, here is where I kind of change my opinion on the cross trainer and favor the KTMs. But of course, take this with a grain of salt, as I still possibly have the stock suspensions. And we all know there are some great mods for the cross trainer, which of course I plan on doing in the near future. Hands down, when it comes to more abrupt hits at speed, confidence at speed, and just barreling through really choppy terrain at speed, the KTMs honestly are at home versus the cross trainer. I only have a few rides under my belt with the cross trainer though. And what I mean by choppy is rocky, loose kind of terrain with little baby heads and stuff on fast-paced forest roads kind of terrain. And I quickly observed the cross trainer was not my choice here at all. I actually have more confidence to hit this terrain at speed versus the cross trainer. Once I upgrade the suspensions of the cross trainer, I will come back and do another review. I plan on doing 2 segments in the area. One just for the spring rate, 2 upgrading the whole fork as a whole. Then perhaps it will be as good as the KTM 250s and 300s at speed. But I wanted to talk about a huge misconception about the cross trainer. How tall you are and how crammed you feel on the beta cross trainer versus any KTM 250s and 300s. In the beginning, sure, I instantly preferred the KTMs. I felt I was at home when I needed to stand up and just be more comfortable at speed. However, just a few modifications with the cross trainer instantly changed that feeling, at least to me. I added a ROX handlebar risers and shifted it a little bit more forward, and hands down, that really did make a huge difference. These 2 adjustments make a big difference, you know. Obviously, I guess this is the preload of the springs. More preload, less preload, I think. I don't know. Correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. Definitely the ROX handlebar risers. This was a game changer for me, and now it honestly feels way less crammed, and I'm 6'1". To be honest, the ergonomics closely mimics the KTM's, just with a lower seat height. And just adding that little tiny small mod, I feel like I can stand up naturally like the KTM's and no longer feel cramped, even while sitting down. Of course, this was my 3rd day on the cross trainer, so give your body some time to get used to this bike. But as of now, I do not have that feeling and honestly feels and resembles the ergonomics of the KTMs. I also believe if the trail is fairly smooth with minimal chops, and what I mean by that is fist-sized rocks and larger, I can go about the same speed of the KTMs. However, deep ruts, crazy whoops, and sudden abrupt hits, I'd much rather be on the KTMs. Again, that might change once I receive my suspension upgrades. If I do not have to travel at high speeds, hands down, I'm going to bring the KTMs. If I do have to travel at high speeds, I think my choice at this point of time is going to be the KTMs. But the minute the trail becomes uneven where I need to waddle my way across, the Cross Trainer of course is the obvious choice. Now I kind of wanted to talk about smoothness about the two machines. Although the Cross Trainer is incredibly smooth, and perhaps I could do some adjustments such as using the JD Jet kits, but the power delivery of the KTMs when it comes to the TPI and the TBI models and just overall feeling, it's unmatched. The TPIs and TBIs are like a Cadillac compared to the Cross Trainer, but the Cross Trainer isn't really that bad, honestly. It's kind of a hard comparison when it comes to that. In my honest opinion, if I'm doing miles and miles of basic trails, at this point, I think I would like to bring the KTM, especially at speed and the gas situation. The Beta Cross Trainer, I feel like, consumes a lot of gas compared to the TPIs and the TBI models. Now, I bought this Cross Trainer to help me build my confidence, and when things get very gnarly in the rock field, because my confidence is not at its best when it comes to rocky terrain, the Cross Trainer is like a cheat code. It just allows me to crawl over anything, although not cleanly, and the biggest aspect of this bike is confidence inspiring. The lug is just amazing as well. I've done quite a few hill climbs and chugs right up on third gear. I'm not 100% sure if even the KTM 250s can do so. That is something I have to come back to and try out. But I do believe the Beta Cross Trainer 300 motor is just an easy motor to lug up very steep terrain in control. The best way I can explain it, taking my KTM 250 to Moab, Utah, and hit some of those steep, choppy hill climbs on second gear was a little too unpredictable for me, and I had to clutch a lot just because it was a little choppy on the throttle and the power delivery. While I believe the Cross Trainer on third gear will lug up this stuff and make it way easier to handle on a smoothness factor. Well, when it comes to these two dirt bikes, although the KTM is a great dirt bike, especially still my preferred choice at higher speed trail, my overall choice as of now is the Beta Cross Trainer. Now this might change as I get my confidence back where I do want to hit things at speed again, but I'm uncertain as of now because possibly the suspension upgrades can make a huge difference at handling at speed. Keep in mind I am a 240-pound rider with gear, and I'm assuming the Cross Trainer has its stock springs from factory, or possibly less, as I did buy this Cross Trainer used. Now let me know what you guys think in the comments below.